Hello everybody and welcome back to the mess of just wiring chaos that's going on. Today we are going to be putting JST connectors on all the outputs of this guy. So we're going to be wiring these guys into 8s, and we're going to wire the power ground. We got to wire the 2 inputs for the controllers. That way we can control which ones we're listening to, etc. I've got to do a jumper to ground on the output of this. So we got a couple things to do. So here we go. We are going to hop right in with the JST connectors on this guy. Here it goes. Okay, back on the workbench. First thing we got to do is crimp these guys. Well, I want them just about the same length. No idea where that went. Those things went flying. B, we got to take off, I think it was like 2 millimeters. The actual number, but essentially tiny amount of wire, just ever so smidgen of wire, not much at all. Add to our pile of cutoffs. Now we're gonna take our JST crimper, almost lost it there for a minute. We're gonna separate out one of these guys, nice and easy. Now this one goes to the right, and essentially we just line up everything, just get it started crimping, and right before it actually does anything, we're gonna cram our wire in and then crimp it. Come on, in. That's in. Crimp. Now we have a JST end. Let's do it again. Wiggle it off, stick it on, get that crimp started, make sure it's aligned in the tool. We are ready. Sweet. Now we have a JST pair. That is actually going to go to a power. So we're actually going to take this guy and put it into a 2. Whoop. Bring out the box. No room on the table. Grab out a 2. Ah, there you are. There's one with wings. Come here. There we go. So here are the 2 types, one with and one without wings. The one with wings plugs in like so. You have a nice good connection. This probably has the negative, so we're gonna put these into this. I'm gonna go, I think, just like this. And just like that. Put them both in, far as they go. I think that's all there is to this. Then when we have a male connector, it's just shriek, and it'll have little pins coming out of there. So that is the first JST connector of a lot. Like, oh boy, a lot. I also have a 1 mega ohm resistor that I need to solder on here as a pull down for the output of this guy into the Arduino. So I'm gonna do that one real quick. This is going in pin 3. Gotta make sure not to hit positive on this though. Gotta be positive about that. Bad jokes are bad. Wire that out. Turn on our soldering iron. Solder in our little 1 mega ohm resistor. We're gonna start with that. It's our 1 mega ohm pull down resistor. Should have minimal impact on voltage for our output. That way we can accurately read potentiometers. I like it. It's wired the exact same on our breadboard. Always reassuring to check after you've soldered it. Before might be a better idea, but not a bad time to do it. So then we are gonna do, those 2 are for something else. So let's use green. I don't know why, I just picked green. We're gonna cut 3 greens and 3 blues to use as control voltage ins. Those 3 are going to be our control voltage into all those, and then we're going to do blue for our control voltage into the others. Don't ask me why, it just sounded like a good one. I've got all 6 of these. Let's strip the ends so we can solder them in, and then we'll JST connector them. Those are all stripped, hopefully to size, dimension, whatever you want to call it. Now we are gonna plug in these 3 in 1, 2, 3. You are all gonna do down, flop it over, flatten these guys out just so I can see. Like this, get them nice and tight. Let's put on a little alligator clip. It's holding enough that I should be able to flip it and solder it. Give me your soldering iron, we gotta work quick. Well, more like just not bump it. Woohoo! 3. We got 3 to go. Woohoo! Alright, let's pop some JST connectors. Snip off all the tips. Cool. Let's put our JSTs on there. And 6. Now, before I plug all these into a connector, I think I'm also going to wire the output with it. So I'm going to wire the output of this guy in with these. I need more wire colors. I don't have any more wire colors. Looks like we're going to go with green just for some visual separation. We're going to cut it a little long just so that I can make sure we have the length we need. We're going to solder it in. Might have made it too short. Forgot it was on the other side of the board. We're going to wire the output, this little guy, up there, so that it goes in with the same connector. Dang it, it's too short. It's okay, the other ones will bend. We'll make this work. Iron is still hot. Let's make it work. We're gonna have to cut it, but we're gonna do that now. Load our crimper, put on our connector. Woohoo! So now we have 3 control voltages, 3 control voltages, and an output. Okay, then we're gonna have a whole lot of stuff going off the other side, but for now, that's the start. We're gonna put a 7 connector on you. I'm gonna need more JST connectors. Then we're gonna plug and play it. Same way we did that one, notch up. We're just gonna start loading them. Now somehow, you gotta push them all in. Okay, it looks like they're in. I think I oriented them correctly. If I actually look in the end, you can see the connector on every one of them. So that is phenomenal. This is my JST header out to the Arduino. And then we've got so many to do on the other side. And then power ground, that one's already done. So I just need a whole lot coming out that way. Should be 5 8-pin headers. So we got some wiring to do. One question, what colors do I use? Because the only one I actually have enough colors on is if I use the RJ45s. I might have to do that, go grab some wire. Okay, that's all 8 of the first connector. Now these connectors are all gonna come down here. We gotta not only fold them all down, but then we gotta cut them all short, and we gotta line them all up in order. That's gonna be the tricky bit. Because I'm using the standard that we use for Ethernet cables. And now we go back to those JSTs, and we just start crimping away. No. The project's drawing more blood. Tiny connector on carpet, great way to lose them. So, left hand this guy, right hand that guy. No. It kind of hurts now that I think about it. So I gotta stop thinking about it. Oh. Now we're all loaded, ready to go, and I haven't stripped any of the wires properly. Alright, now I've made an entire rat's nest of wires. Let's connect them. This is gonna be an 8. So I might as well grab the 8 connector and start popping them in. That one's in. Let's make some more. Now we have a nice little single form out. Then I can break this out into all the other ones. So I gotta make 1, 2, 3, 4 more of these for this board. Then I gotta make a second one of these boards. Then I gotta make 6 more. Alright, I'm gonna time lapse that. You guys don't have to watch me do all that. Anyways, here goes. Okay, instead of making you guys watch me wire this entire thing, there's now 7 connectors instead of the original 5, plus 1 out, and a power and ground. I'm going to essentially make a test bench so that we can actually test this thing, plug it into an Arduino, and yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do. So, I need to make this a test bench and a whole lot of plugs, but unfortunately, this has taken a huge amount of time, more than I thought it would. These are it's slow going. There will be better approaches, but next episode we are definitely going to test these guys, plug them into an Arduino, see all the inputs and outputs, and actually give this thing some stretching, see how it does. But yeah, I know it was a lot of soldering. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that part. It will get to some other interesting stuff soon, that I can definitely promise. So stay tuned. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.